So maybe you're stuck between a brand new house like this or a resale house like this. Okay, I'm just kidding about this resale, but it did actually sell within 48 hours for reasons I'm just not gonna get into today. But what I am going to do is I'm gonna break down the pros and the cons to either purchasing a brand new house from the ground up or if you should go the resale route. Let's go. All right, so today we're gonna have a little contest to determine which is better, build new or buy old. I'm gonna lay it out there with some things you probably had not considered in comparing a brand new house to an older house. We're gonna go through the following categories, weigh out the pros and the cons, and then give a point to either want a new construction or a resale. And at the end of this, I'm gonna help you figure out which route is better for you and your family. So here are the categories I'm going to go through. Number one is money and financing. We're gonna go into overall value in the purchase, and then we're gonna talk about the quality of the home construction. For those of you that don't know me and what I do, my name's Matt Light, and I'm a realtor here in the Sarasota area, and I've been blessed to have sold over 75 new construction houses within the last few years, so I have a pretty good sample pool when comparing new homes and old homes. So is a brand new house better than an older house? Let's find out. Let's start with the financing aspect of the two. Upfront money for a new house is gonna be anywhere from 10 to 20% of the purchase price. For a resale, escrow deposits are usually around 3%. So yes, this all gets applied towards your total down payment, but you have to put a lot more money up front for a new build. Also, if you are financing a brand new house, new construction, at the time of contract, you are gonna have a 30 to 45 day finance contingency. Basically, for you to submit all your information to the lender and make sure you're good to go with the loan. But the flaw in the system is this: that house is not going to be finished within that 30 to 45 day finance contingency. So what happens in 10 months or 12 months or 18 months if you no longer qualify for the loan? Well, technically, the builder, they could take that 10 or 20% deposit because you've now defaulted. Now, have I ever seen that happen? No, but could it? Maybe. The other downside with a new house is you can lock an interest rate for only 60 days. So with rates rising, who knows what they could be in a year from now when that house is finally finished. I had a client actually go under contract when the rates were in the low 4s, and now they're up into the mid to upper 7s, and there's nothing that we can do about it. So it's certainly something to take in consideration. So in this finance category, I'm gonna go ahead and give 1 point to resale homes, mainly because there is so much more of a realistic expectation on it and what it's actually going to cost you. Now, moving on into terms of value and which property is a better financial move in the long run, I would say there are a few factors that play into that. First of all, you make your money in the purchase of the home, not the sale. You want to buy at a good price within a good location. So when is a good time to buy within a new construction community? Well, they're going to have the lowest prices likely at the very beginning stages of the community to help people get in and kickstart it. They're also going to offer lucrative incentives during certain times of the year. Side note, give me a call, text, or an email if you're wanting more information on some of the best times of the year here in Sarasota to take advantage of builders and their incentives. Anyway, so purchasing at the beginning is great because every few sales, they're gonna increase the base price of those homes. The other way to get a deal on a brand new house is to purchase an inventory home. I wanna read you an email that I received from a builder last month. It says this, it says, "Hi Matt, looking for one more sale for the month. Do you have anyone who is looking for a great deal on a blank on lot blank? I have $20,000 off the sale price and I can give $20,000 in closing costs with using our lenders. Same deal for this other inventory home on lot blank. Let me know ASAP. Both are actually a great deal." Now, the only way you, a buyer, are gonna get a deal like this is if you're working with a realtor that has a great relationship with the individual sales reps at those certain communities. So please just save yourself tens of thousands of dollars and utilize the free services of a realtor when purchasing a new house. So for resale and finding the best buy, there are also several factors that will play into it other than location. It's gonna come down to that specific community and the comps within that community. How much are the other homes selling for? Also, how well is the property marketed? There are some not so great realtors out there that will just not name names, but they take listing photos on their phones and then they use these iPhone or Android, photos to try to sell a $700,000 house. First of all, that's ridiculous. Spend the money and hire a professional photographer and take a look at some of these listing photos. These are actual properties on the market today. But when agents do this, they're only hurting the seller because great photos are designed to get more showings. More showings mean more offers. More More offers mean more money for the property. So if you find a property online with really junky photos, well, we may be able to capitalize on it because they're probably not getting a ton of traffic on that home. Let's talk about the value of a private pool. I get this question all the time. Matt, what's a pool cost? Should I buy a house with a pool? So let's chat about it. When it comes to having a private pool at your house, resales are the best value. To build a pool, it's gonna run you likely well over $100,000. And when purchasing a resale, it might only increase the purchase price $20,000 to $30,000, depending on how nice the pool is. Resales are typically going to be a lower purchase price than a brand new house. Let's say you had two neighborhoods side by side. One was brand new, building new construction, and then the other one is 5 to 10 years old. I would say the one that's 5 to 10 years old, a little bit older, is probably gonna be about 10% less in a price than what the brand new one is. So for overall value, it's almost a toss-up, really depending on the resale home we find. And if you buy a new home at the beginning stages of a community, or it's one of those certain times of year where realtors get those emails, great discounts, you're gonna have instant value in that. But also, in the resale department, if it's really junky photos and junky marketing, we might be able to find a desperate seller who's willing to take $50,000 lower than what they're asking. So let's go ahead and let's give 1 point to each. Speaking on new construction value, before we continue, if you want to know which community has the best value, I actually have a document of our top new construction communities here in Sarasota, broken down by price point, amenities, square footage, and more. You can download that in the video description below. You can also check out the video tour that I did of that, so make sure to check that out. So let's move on to our last category, quality of home construction. People have no idea what to expect when building a brand new house. You may think you do, but trust me, it's not all roses and daisies. Let's first talk about the pros of a brand new house. You get something that is up to the most recent building code for hurricanes, building materials, and it's gonna be very energy efficient. For example, new homes now, today in 2023, they now have 2 layers of waterproof underlayment for their roofs. Homes built, I think it is 2022 and older, they only have 1 layer of waterproofing. Windows, they're all gonna be double pane or impact glass, and new houses, they're gonna offer much more modern designs and be up to date with kind of the current trends. Now the negatives is really the build process is gonna be extremely frustrating. You're gonna want better communication from the project manager, especially when there's delays. And you're gonna, likely notice a lot of flaws within workmanship that if you don't point out, they're not gonna be addressed. For example, if there's a scratch on the tub or in the sink, and you don't point that out during a walkthrough or have an inspection, they're not going to address the issue. Even after closing, a new house certainly isn't perfect. For example, my family and I, we purchased a new house at the end of 2019, and 1 month into living in it, we had a roof leak. Yes, the builder fixed it immediately, but it was still a little disappointing that our roof was leaking and it was only a few months old. So my team and I, we try to do the best job that we can to help buyers with getting better communication from the builders, scheduling third-party inspectors, and honestly assisting you with your expectations during the entire build process. But now let's jump into resales and what to expect from, again, a quality perspective. When purchasing a house, you're gonna have inspections done during the inspection period. And this is going to reveal any major issues that the property might have. Sure, the roof might be older, your AC could be 7 years old, and the kitchen may not be the design scheme that you picked. But what I will say is that this house has been lived in by people. So any of the issues that the house could have had after being built, the current homeowner had to deal with and address. But yes, in the future, you might have to purchase a new roof or redo a kitchen. And overall the home is likely less energy efficient compared to a brand new house, and really depending on how old it is. So I'm gonna give the edge to new construction on this, mainly due to the fact of being built with the most up-to-date materials and code. So what should you do? Should you buy a new house or should you buy an old house? I think the first thing to consider is timing. To build a house from the ground up, it's going to take you 12 to 18 months. Do you have that type of time when giving a 20% deposit upfront and then waiting? But if you want to be able to pick out your perfect kitchen and the flooring and the bathrooms and the pool and design everything the way you want, then new construction is perfect for you. Now, if you're trying to move within the next few months, you want to have a better expectation on a solid timeline, then a resale home is definitely going to be the route for you. So maybe you're still unsure and you want to talk a little bit more in depth of some of the points that I've made in this video. Let's jump on a phone call to discuss you and your family situation and how to best position yourself to call Sarasota home. Thanks for watching today, guys, and I'll see you next time.